What's up, YouTube? Brett Hoover from Rants here. As always, guys, if y'all enjoy our content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave that comment down below. All right, so Indiana Black is back in the news again. Uh, Basically getting into fights with fans, basically telling them to read feminist literature and so forth, and just not taking responsibility for actions in the past. And I feel like when it comes to Indiana Black and when it comes to Adam Sessler, I feel like they're two separate issues to a certain extent, but they're both kind of egotistical. And I feel like both are cries for help. Now, I'm not one of those people that's going to get on here and just mock and make fun of them. I feel totally bad for them. I really, truly do. Both of these feel like cries for help. With Adam Sessler's comments about his family and about how he hopes they die and Republicans and so forth along those lines. And Indiana Black's comments, basically just demeaning the women hosts that come before her, calling every male gamer sexist, and if they don't like her reviews, that they're somehow sexist because they don't want to bang her or some junk like that. It was hard to follow that logic in that rant. But like I said before, I truly, 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 truly do feel like the heads of G4 should look at them and go, hey, wait a second, guys. Y'all got some personal issues. Y'all got some emotional issues that y'all might need to handle privately before we're going to put y'all on air to have to face fans again. Because it seems like when it comes to especially when it comes to Indiana Black. When it comes to Indiana Black, um, she just cannot handle um, fans' responses of anything that she does. The comment section truly bothers her. And look, it doesn't matter if you're on TV or if you're on YouTube or whatever. If you pay attention to every comment that you get, um, and you know, if it just like bothers you to your very core, where that you feel like you can't go on anymore. And there's been some things that she said. I mean, she's talked about suicidal thoughts. She has talked about, because of sexism that or perceived sexism that she's seen in her past. I mean, we're talking about somebody that has a really troubled past, someone that, whether it be true or not true, it really doesn't actually matter at that point. That is her perceived reality. And in that perceived reality, you're not going to change her mind about it. And to me, that's where I feel like G4 heads putting her out there to argue with fans, to have to deal with the backlash of her own words, to me seems a little cruel. Really, truly does. I think she gets what she deserves when it comes to fans. I feel like, you don't attack people and expect people not to attack you back, especially when she's called people bigots, sexist, all these other things. And she's objectified women. Really, past hosts, whether it's, Olivia Munn or Morgan Webb, she has objectified them by saying basically that they're only that fans only liked them because they were hot, and that wasn't true. I remember watching that X-Play and Attack of the Show back in the day, and I loved both of them, not because they were hot. They were hot, no doubt, but they were also really fun to watch. They knew what they were talking about. She has made Indiana Black has made multiple mistakes multiple times. And especially when it comes to reviews, when it talks about, gaming news and so forth along those lines, she has made multiple mistakes. And the idea that she doesn't up to those mistakes really tells me that she's probably not cut out for television. Now, as far as Adam Sessler is concerned, Adam Sessler is a pro when it comes to television, but when it comes to his personal life, and the way social media now is a big thing, when it wasn't such a big thing when he was on air in X-Play back in the day. I feel like that maybe, I'm not going to say disqualifies him from his current position, but I feel like that's somebody that they need to, either maybe clamp down on some of his social media activity, or either maybe help him get straight with his own head and about come to his own conclusion with his own demons before he goes out there and alienates fans. And that's exactly what I feel like Adam Sessler and Indiana Black are doing to G4. I feel like they are alienating fans now. And she just, like I said, she just keeps on doing it. And my stance on her stays the same. I feel like she's somebody that's crying for help. And help is not being received. Instead, what they are doing is the heads of G4. I don't know whether it's for publicity or what. Maybe they have the mindset of there's no such thing as bad publicity kind of mindset, because this is crashing and burning. And she is one in the past has talked about how sexism, like I said, either reality or perceived sexism has resulted in her maybe having thoughts of ending it. That to me is enough to say, hey, big red flag here, G4 heads. Y'all need to maybe clamp down on her coming on air, at least for the time being. Let her get her head straight. Don't just throw her out there to fans who, at this point, don't want to listen to anything that she's got to say because they no longer trust her, because she's basically told them that they are nothing but a bunch of sexist pigs, and that she doesn't care about their opinions because their opinions aren't really opinions, they're just sexist rants, is what she's trying to say. So she's completely and totally wrong in that situation, and her going out and attacking more fans, hunkering down on her position, about her rant, instead of issuing an apology and saying, you know what, sorry about that, sorry that I went out there and I accused every man that is watching the show or commenting or anything as sexist. Sorry about that. She could have maybe explained her past and said, maybe, I jumped the gun a little bit on this one. I shouldn't have done this. It's just perceived things from the past that has kind of made me really jumpy when it comes to those situations. If she would have said something along those lines, maybe she would have had a little bit more fan support. I am a true believer, though. Things that happen in if somebody's being sexist to you in your past doesn't mean that somebody different in the present situation is being sexist to you just because they are disagreeing with you. Oftentimes, there's other reasons than that. It's only a small minority of people that are going to treat you terrible in that way and objectify you. I feel like too often the media glamorizes those situations when that does happen, and it makes people think that it's every guy out there that's doing that, and that's just not the truth. I don't care what she looks like. I don't think any guy cares what she looks like. I didn't like Morgan Webb or Olivia Munn because of what they look like. I like them because one, I thought X Play and Attack of the Show were really cool shows, but I enjoyed their characters. I enjoyed who they were because I felt like they were knowledgeable about the situation, and I took their reviews very seriously. And she's saying she's not a review person. I mean, she's a review person, but she's not into gaming news. Totally get that. But you know what? If you're going to work in the realm of gaming, you have to be more knowledgeable about the whole situation, especially if they're going to put you on air. If you know that there's going to be a segment over something, study it. Make sure that what you are saying is correct information. If you don't, on live streams or anything else, whether it's me here on YouTube on Rants or Us, or whether it's her on G4, you're going to get called out for it if you give bad information. That's the way of the world. That's reality. You're just going to have to deal with it. But again, my stance stays the same when it comes to her. I think she's giving cries for help. I think the heads of G4 really needs to notice that red flag, take her off air, at least for the time being, allow her head to whatever these demons that she's facing mentally. They need to let her resolve them before putting her back on air, because this could be a really dangerous situation for her as a human being. Putting her out there and allowing her to really take criticism, and really being, the poster child for the downfall of G4. I mean, that alone is enough to really hurt her psyche. So, I mean, I'm not going to be like a lot of people on here and hate on her. I'm just stating facts, what I actually believe. Um, and I hope she can get the help that she needs. I hope G4 can, or at least the heads of G4 can realize maybe Adam Sessler, maybe any of like, maybe they're not the ones that we need to be out there and we need to be promoting as well. Anyways, maybe we need to go to more, I don't know, fun things. Let's talk about games, something along those lines instead of politics and SJW and feminist literature. How about that? I don't know anybody that tunes into a gaming show to listen about somebody talking about feminist literature. I don't believe anybody is for that. But anyways, guys, let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. I mean, do you think I'm being too kind to her? Do you think I'm being too cruel to her? I feel like, there's times that when I do these segments, I almost kind of think maybe I'm adding fuel to the fire. But at the same time, I do want to say, hey, you know what? When you look at her, maybe show a little bit of sympathy because she's clearly someone that's troubled. Truly someone in trouble. And in Adam Sessler's case, he's definitely someone that's troubled. And maybe Adam Sessler maybe doesn't deserve so much sympathy as he does maybe looking at him from a professional standpoint, being like, hey, you know what, man? I totally get it. It's your social media, platform. You can say and do what you want. But at the same time, when you're sitting there hoping that half your fan base dies, and even your family, like, I mean, that might be a step too far to a certain, to at least to me. But anyways, guys, let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. As always, thanks for watching. Y'all take care.